Hello, my beautiful people. I do apologise, it's been a long time since I've done any videos. I'm in the process of doing another singles love connection one for each of the zodiacs, but if you watched the last ones, you know that they're about 45 minutes to an hour each, so that takes up a lot of time, and it's very draining energetically as well for me. So I do apologise, but it is on the way. It is on the way. But this is a particular reading that I've wanted to do for ages and ages and ages. I was actually supposed to do it on Halloween, which was on Monday. Today is now Thursday, but it just didn't happen. So obviously things happen when they're supposed to happen. Anyway, oh, and also apologies for the nails. I need to do some infills and paint them, but you don't come here for the nails, so. Anyway, so we have 3 groups today, group 1, group 2, group 3, and what we're looking at is your shadows. So basically, obviously, tarot readings tend to usually be more on the lighter side of things. It isn't that this is dark, but I'm just putting it out there straight away that trigger warning, just in case things come up for you whilst we're doing the reading that might upset you, or that maybe you hadn't thought about for a long time, or you hadn't realised. So obviously please take that in mind. Obviously my intention here is not to upset anybody or to trigger anyone. It's simply to give you some insight into your inner self, really, and maybe things about you that you're not aware of, or maybe you don't want to be aware of, and how we can heal these things. That's what it's all about here in Tashwini Tarot. It's all about healing. So that being said, yeah, so group 1, we have the 4 of Pentacles. I never learned my lesson about these living claws. So you've got this fox and some rabbits and moon. That's your card. And you also have the Dalmatian crystal. And you have this hanged skeleton charm. So that's for you guys. Group 2, you have the 5 of Pentacles. This owl, what looks like chrysalises there. And your crystal is this rhodonite crystal. And you have this skull charm. And then finally, grupo numero 3, we have the 7 of Swords. This, I believe they're panthers. Or they could be jaguars, I don't know, whatever. And your crystal is this black tourmaline, which again, if you've ever, that has some crap on it, apologies. Again, if you've ever watched any of my videos, you know I love this crystal. This is one of my all-time favourite crystals. And this is kind of like a wreath. It's a bit of a weird charm. It's a skull in the middle with the word love on it, surrounded by what looks like stars. So whatever it is that draws you to the pile, whether it's the crystal, the charm, the card, whatever, go for it. Obviously, if you're drawn to more than one, please feel free to watch all of the videos. And yeah, so tarot wise, I'm going to be using a brand new deck I've had for a while, but I've just never used it. Again, I got it with the intention of using it for Halloween, which is why it's the zombie tarot deck. But yeah, anyway, so I'm using the zombie tarot, and it'll be clarified with my usual clarification deck, which is the Dark Mansion Tarot. Then we'll be using, so I've started creating my own oracle deck, so don't call me out for my shit drawings, okay guys? Now this deck is specifically what I've created regarding people's shadows. Yeah, so we'll be pulling a card from there. There is one card in here that I need to redo, but I'm not going to go over it because it might not come out. Hopefully it doesn't. If it does, we'll get into that. And then we're obviously going to be using Rebel deck to get some deep truths that maybe we're not aware of or don't want to be aware of. It'll also be getting some messages and guidance from both your higher self and your spirit guides, team, etc. And then, because, you know, it's all gloom and gloom, I thought we'd finish with a bit of positivity in our lives, with some like kind of like self-love messages, positive affirmations, and also I was going to pull one of my more normal charms that I use, the more positive ones. These ones are obviously more Halloween-y, darky. But yeah, that was a really long introduction, wasn't it? So I do apologise. Anyway, I shall see y'all on the other side. Hi, group one. So just in case you didn't watch the introduction because you got bored because it went on for about 2 years, just very quickly before we get into the reading, this is obviously about your shadows, inner demons, whatever you want to call them. So again, I just want to remind you that there is a trigger warning here because obviously I don't know what's going to come out. So there might be some things that might upset people. Obviously that is not the intention here. We're here to try and help, but you know, something that this particular deck says on it, which is something that I've absolutely love, is it might not be worded like this actually, but anyway, it's basically only in the dark can we see how bright we shine. So that was why it is important, I think, sometimes to look at our more negative aspects, so we can overcome them and understand and see how much stronger we are, and as I say, how bright you can shine. But yeah, anyway, so starting off with the card. So you've got the Four of Pentacles here. So the Four of Pentacles traditionally is about holding on. So straight away, and with this charm that you've got here, but I'll get into that in a moment, there's something that you guys are holding on to that you are not letting go of, which is what is blocking you maybe from whatever it is that you're trying to manifest or moving forward or whatever it is. Or it could even just be slowing you down. But whatever it is, that's, yeah. So as you can see in this card, we've got the fox and you've got these little bunny rabbits, which is quite interesting because it's almost like the fox he's not attacking them and they don't seem to be frightened either. So to me, it makes me feel like, and you've got this, these thorns on the top of the burrow here. I don't know why I said it weird like that. And so for me, it's kind of like there's one particular person that's kind of overpowering, that's holding you down. Like this fox is kind of like holding these down. It's like they're playing games. It's like, I'm not, you know, like with the fox here, it's like, you know, I'm not going to kill you guys yet. I'm going to torture you and scare you first. And so they've got the fox here and then they've got these thorns up here. So there's like no way of escaping. But there is one little rabbit up here, but he isn't like these guys. As you can see, he's white. I think he's probably more what you'd call a hare. I mean, these could be hares as well, to be fair, but I see him as a hare. And you've got like a quarter crescent moon here as well. So it's almost like this is your higher self, spiritual self, or a particular guide, or it could be someone that's actually physically here that's maybe trying to come through to rescue you, to help you, but you've got all these obstacles in the way. you're holding on, you're not letting it go. Like this fox is not letting these go. So, interesting. So with the with this charm, so it's it's a skeleton that's like on a noose. So straight away I'm getting Hanged Man energy, which makes perfect sense with the Four of Pentacles, because the Hanged Man tends to, well, generally there's two traditional takes on that card. One, change of perspective, seeing things in a different way, and the other one, for me anyway, is like hanging in there. It's like you're staying in this energy, and in this case the phrase kind of like you're making a noose for yourself by not getting out, by not moving forward. Now I've also started to compile my own little crystal index, because again, if you've ever watched my readings, you know I've got about 10 million of them, and I like to explain about them because I find that they tend to link well with the readings. But yeah, so your Dalmatian here. So this is the Dalmatian crystal, obviously, and it's linked with grounding, your root chakra, and confidence. It helps to strengthen connection with Mother Earth, helps to pursue goals, raises confidence, as helps to disconnect from negative energies blocking growth, and helps to release inner playfulness and light-heartedness. So again, it makes perfect sense why this is the crystal that came up for you guys. So perhaps it's maybe a situation that isn't maybe as severe as it looks. Maybe it's a matter of maybe you need just a bit more confidence to move forward with it. But we'll get some more information. So these are my little oracle deck. There's only, I can't remember how many I've made so far. There's more that I will be making. Basically, I'm a massive horror fan, and it made sense for me, with it being about shadows, to link it with the different kind of main famous kind of horror characters. Again, please don't come for me on my drawings. I know they're shit, but hey, is what it is. So let's see what shadow attribute comes out for you guys. So obviously they're tiny, 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 and there's only a few. That one is the one that wants to come out. So you guys got the... So I put, this is nail varnish on the back to do like blood spatter, and it's run a bit here, which is interesting. So you guys got Jack. So this is Jack, I can't remember his last name, from The Shining. And the shadow attribute you have here is burnout. So I'm just gonna put these guys over here. So the burnout was kind of like maybe when you might be like in the film, Jack, well, if you've ever watched the film, he goes a bit mental basically because of the spirits and all that malarkey. So for me, it's kind of like you're maybe listening a bit too much to the voices in your head, to your shadows, with them saying, oh, you can't do this, you can't get out of this situation, or maybe even in some cases you don't deserve to be out of this situation. And I get a feeling that maybe you're losing quite a bit of sleep on it, and just stressing out about it, and you've reached or are reaching this burnout phase where you're physically and emotionally, mentally just done. Yeah. So perhaps that's actually why the Hanged Man is here, because it could be maybe you need to see things from another perspective. You need to tackle this situation from another angle. We will see. Let me just move these over here. Let me just make sure they're all still in camera, which they are. I love it. shadows over there. Okay, so let's see what the tarot has to say. So, card pile 1 regarding the shadow that they need to heal. How can they heal it? Why do they need to heal it? What is it? Whoa. Okay, I think we've already got our 5 cards. Yes, we do. So the first one that fell out is the 7 of Swords, which is interesting because that was one of the, I think it was Power 3. So you might want to watch Power 3, or maybe you would, yeah, anyway. You also got the 10 of Swords, the Emperor, the King of Cups, and the 6 of Swords. Now, I'm not surprised to see all these swords because, as I mentioned when we were looking at this bit here, I was getting the vibe that a lot of this is kind of, I don't want to say in your head because that sounds horrible and wrong, but it's like it's playing on your mind a lot. Obviously, that's a stupid thing to say, Tash. But like, I mean, it's really affecting you. It's why you've got this burnout. It's just gotten to a point where you've just had enough, which is maybe why you're watching this reading. Maybe you're like, okay, well, what can you do for me here? So let's start with what we're seeing. So 7 of Swords, traditionally the 7 of Swords is about some form of deception. And in this card, you can see the zombies are obviously overrun and the house are broken in. And this woman is just like, fuck you, bitch. And she's just kicked him down the stairs to basically save herself. So it could be something like that. Someone maybe has backstabbed you, or you feel you're not getting the support that you need from something. Like there's a lot going on and you're just feeling very much on your own, because I feel this is you. You're the one that's been kicked down the stairs in this scenario. Interesting. I will be getting clarification cards. I think I did mention that at the beginning, but anyway. Then you've got the 10 of Swords, which again is major kind of mental blocks, basically. And as you can see in this case, I mean, this dude, he's dead. He's being ripped to shreds. And I think that is the way you're maybe treating yourself, is that you are ripping yourself to shreds, in the sense that you're convincing yourself that this 4 of Pentacles, this energy, this whatever it is, for some of you, I actually want to say it's like you maybe, yeah, maybe a lot of you are like maybe single and you've been trying to get back into the dating world, and things have just been absolute shit. And I mean, I can tell you from my experiences, it is. It's fucking brutal out there. Anyway, and maybe the way people have been treating you, you're kind of internalizing that to think, oh, maybe I'm not good enough. I also feel this is linked with the burnout card, where it's like maybe you're giving too much to other people. Like this guy here, it's almost like he's hacking his own parts off me. Like, here you go, zombies, here you go. It's like you're maybe giving too much of your own energy, time and attention to things. and people that don't deserve it. And you got the Emperor here. So the Emperor is very much, I always get, he's very similar to me anyway about the Queen of Swords, where he's kind of like a no bullshit, you know, no, we're done. I mean, this guy, he's on it, he's got his plan. He's like, right, we're holding up here, we're barricading the doors. He's protecting this child here. So that could almost be maybe something to do with your inner child. You got zombies trying to get in, but they're not being very successful at all. And this dude isn't even asked. He is not bothered. Just like, yeah, whatever, bitch. You ain't getting in. So again, it's similar to the 9 of Wands energy here, where it's maybe this defensive behavior or feeling. I feel like you're, whatever it is that's happened, I believe that this is something that's actually happened in the past. I believe it's something that's happened in the past. You were kicked when you were down, and for whatever reason, the energy hasn't shifted and things are still not quite where you want them to be or expect them to be. And you're starting to blame yourself for it. And the Emperor is here to kind of show how maybe you're being more closed off and defensive than you need to be. What's interesting though is how we've got the King of Cups as well, who is totally the opposite. Basically, I mean, he's a very open and emotional person, but I think like with this particular King of Cups, as you can see, his head's just above the surface, so it's kind of like people only see the top half of you, if that makes sense emotionally. Like the river runs really, really deep with you guys, but you won't show that to people because you're closed off. And it makes sense because, you know, you have to obviously protect yourselves sometimes. You know, you can't always wear your heart on your sleeve and tell people exactly how you feel and whatever. I mean, protecting yourself is all well and good, but you need to be aware of your boundaries. And then with the Six of Swords, because the Six of Swords is all about moving forward. It's moving out of choppy waters into calm waters. So this is like a really positive way to end this. So for me, it's saying basically that you are going to be coming out of this energy, out of this situation. It is possible. But yeah, I think overall what I'm seeing here is that, like I said, I feel that something happened. I think it was with a particular person. Now, it doesn't have to have been to do with a relationship. It could have quite easily been a friendship, a family member, a boss, a colleague, something. And you feel, and they basically kicked when you were down. They perhaps weren't the person you thought they were with this Seven of Swords here. And you're ripping yourself apart for that because you're in your mind thinking, oh, fuck's sake, how did I not see this? I'm so stupid, blah, 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 which is not true, by the way, just saying how the energy here. And then I've gone into this Emperor energy of being very defensive, of not letting people in and letting people barely see below the surface of you. And the thing is, ironically, that is where you are tying a noose for yourself, because you are stopping people seeing how awesome you are, and perhaps other potential relationships or friendships or whatever are not going to be coming into fruition because you're not, the energy you're giving out is very much stay the fuck away from me, I've got this, I don't need you. It's just not the energy that is going to be attracting what you actually want. But with the Six of Swords, like, I'm definitely seeing this as you moving forward out of this. I mean, if you look at this couple as well, she's loving her life. Like, yeah, fuck you, zombies. And he's not even paying attention. He's just like, oh my God, this bitch is so awesome. I love her. I love it. And then, which is again, comes back to why the Dalmatian crystal is here, because you need to be a bit more playful, a bit more light-hearted. Yes, be guarded. Yes, be wary of people to a certain extent. However, you need to give people a chance, basically, is what I'm seeing here. You need to give people the benefit of the doubt. Because ultimately, like Jack here, you're just letting your inner demons, your inner shadows take over, and you're burning yourself out emotionally, mentally. And again, we're just going around in this circle, because that's going to then keep you in this energy of Emperor, because you're too tired, you can't be asked, and you can't be asked to go deeper with people. So yeah, that's what I'm getting here. So I'm going to get some clarification cards still though, to see what else comes about, but that is what I'm seeing. So can I please get a clarification card for the Seven of Swords? And please get a clarification card for the Seven of Swords. So we've got the Ten of Wands, yeah. Make sure that's actually, yeah, it is. I'm actually off with my camera angle here today, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I fucking smashed it. Can I get a clarification card? Whoa. Okay, so we have the Four of Swords and the Five of Pentacles again. Yeah, it makes sense for it to be that way. Get a clarification card for the King of Cups. Oh, I forgot. I just remembered. I forgot to do your back of the deck energy. Ugh. So the back of the deck that you guys have with your zombie tarot is the Seven of Cups, which doesn't surprise me, because the Seven of Cups is all about choices. And if you look at this woman here, she's like, what do I do? Where do I go? Or in this particular case, the zombie is obviously like, who do I eat? Whose brain do I eat? What's also interesting actually about this is that it's a cup, but you've clearly got a pentacle here, which is interesting. But yeah, it's like you want to go deeper, but you can't. You're like, ah. So, interesting. I'm gonna plop her here. Don't know whether you guys can see that or not. Probably not. Let me have a quick look. Oh, no, you can. Cool. Perfect. Yeah, sorry, I got distracted. And the clarification card for the King of Cups. I'm not sure whether it's just me or whether this is partly the energy that you guys are in, where I'm a bit like, I think it's going to be fair. Clarification card for the King of Cups. I totally thought I wasn't going to have to get the ring light out today, guys. But I'm definitely going to have to. I might be able to get away with it with this reading, but for part 2 and 3, it's definitely going to come out. Oh, come on, you. Okay, thank you. 8 of Wands and clarification card for the 6 of Swords, please. Oh, that's me throwing cards all over the place. We did get one. The 2 of Pentacles, fabulous. And then the back of the deck energy is the Queen of Cups, which is very interesting. Very, very interesting. So I'm gonna put them there. Right, so With the Ten of Wands clarifying the Seven of Swords, it is, I mean, this is just basically saying what we've already said here, is that whatever this is, whatever that's happened, it's weighing very heavily on you. Like, this poor dude here is like knackered, he's breaking his back, he's got to carry all these heavy lugs by himself all the way to here, and he's absolutely shattered. And again, it comes back to this burnout. Got hair on there. Yeah, I mean, there's not much more else I need to say on that one, to be perfectly honest with you, so I'm not going to. Then we've got the Six of Pentacles clarifying the Ten of Swords. So the Six of Pentacles is generally, in my opinion, always about balance. And this one always gives me Libra energy. So if that resonates, take it. I don't, again, if you've watched my readings, you know that I don't tend to read the zodiac signs that I see in the cards, purely because if you've ever watched any of the other videos, and I'm not calling out any other readers, but it's like every fucking zodiac sign comes out, so it's like, how is this helpful? Anyway, yeah, this, for me, it's saying that there is potential. Now, I'm not sure whether this is saying, I'm not sure whether this is like saying you reaching out to others or others reaching out to you. I might get one more card to clarify that bit. So is this about pile one reaching out to others? Or is it about them reaching out, people reaching out to them? Which is it? I love it when the cards don't want to come out. Oh, okay, it's because apparently I'm using the wrong deck. Sorry. Which is it? Someone reaching out to pile one, or pile one reaching out to somebody else? Either way, the point of the matter is, okay, oh dear, that's me just dropping the cards all over the place. The point is that there is someone there, like I mentioned here, with this rabbit here, or hare. There is a person, again, I'm not sure whether it's someone, I think it probably is someone in the 3D, that you can talk to, or that can help you, or perhaps maybe is a potential person for you to move forward with. Again, like I said, whether it's, excuse me, relationship-wise, friendship-wise, business-wise, whatever it is. And they're saying you need to accept it. I'm just curious as to whether they're saying you are reaching out to this person, or whether you should reach out to this person, or whether they are going to reach out to you and you should accept that. Okay, thank you. So we've got the Three of Cups. So to me, that's someone reaching out to you. It could be several someone's actually, because the Three of Cups is about a celebration, and obviously you got the number 3. Yeah, look how happy these guys are. I love it. I love the vibes. So I don't care if my woman's a zombie. I love her anyway. She's the most beautiful thing in the world. And again, I think that's actually quite telling of what's happening here, is how you are feeling like you actually, yeah, it makes sense actually, because as I mentioned here, it's like you're hurting yourself internally because of whatever it is that's happened. But this particular person or persons love you for it. They love the damaged self, which sounds like really dodgy, like they love red flags. No, what I'm saying is that, you know, it's like what they say, they love you warts and all. That's the phrase I'm looking for, you know. So yeah, there is someone that either is currently reaching out to you or has reached out to you and you've been like, nah, or there is someone that will be. And what Spirit is telling you here is that you should accept it. It is genuine. which is why I think this is so important, that you need to move past this Emperor energy and get more into your King of Cups energy and your Queen of Cups. I mean, again, I can't help but feel like it's likely to do with romance because you've got the King and the Queen that have come out. Again, I'm not going to say that this is a particular person that you are gonna marry or anything like that, but yeah, it could be something to do with that, but it doesn't have to be. It could just be, you know, that they're on your wavelength. They could be part of your soul family, you know, good friend, what have you. But you should accept their help, because it's going to help balance you and move you past this energy. And this person is genuine, is what I'm getting here. But obviously it's up to you, my lovely, beautiful Power One. Right, anyway, moving forward. So we have the Four of Swords, which ironically is about not moving forward. But again, it's kind of like what we said. If you stay within this Emperor energy, you're not going to move forward. You're not going to get the progression. You're not going to get the outcomes that you want. You're going to stay stuck here in your burrow. Which, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. And obviously I understand that you are protecting yourself, but at the same time you're missing out on the world. I mean, in this card, I mean, if you look how beautiful it is out there, yes, the world isn't always a nice and pleasant place, and yes, there are a lot of dickheads and not so nice people out there, but the vast majority of us aren't so bad, I promise. Now, with the Eight of Wands clarifying the King of Cups, this is telling me with the Six of Swords, once you get more into your King of Cups energy, you're going to be flying, you're going to move forward very, very quickly. And I don't think it's just in one area of your life. I think it's going to be in a lot of areas of your life, because you're opening yourself up to receive, is what I'm getting. And with the Seven of Cups, it's also making me think about how you'll have a lot of options, you'll have a lot of choices, a lot more. With the Two of Pentacles clarifying the Six of Swords, again, it's the same kind of message here, because the Two of Pentacles generally is about choice. Two choices, and that's what they're saying, is that you have the choice. So you can, you know, you can move forward with the Six of Swords and the Eight of Wands into your more King of Cups, Queen of Cups energy. Or you can continue to stay within your Emperor energy. But if you do that, and I'm going to be completely blunt and tell you, you're going to be stuck in this energy, this Seven of Swords and Ten of Swords energy, this Ten of Wands. It's not great, boo. It's not great. But obviously it's up to you. So, yeah. Right, so now we are going to get some messages from your spirit guides through Rebel deck. So yeah, what messages do you have? Pile one. I need to get a bigger desk. Okay, so you want it to come out. Thank you. Sorry, all I'm literally doing is bending over slightly while sat in a chair, picking up cards that have fallen on the floor, and I'm not moaning like an old woman. Any other messages that you have? Words of advice, guidance, anything that you feel pile number one needs to hear about healing this situation, or in general, I suppose, because sometimes they like to come out with other things. Okay, nothing seems to want to come out. The cards, they're just flying everywhere. I'm going to do one more, and then if none come out, I'm just well, it's not the fact that none are coming out, it's that too many are coming out. Which again makes me feel you have got a very big spirit team. Very supportive, very vocal. Love it. Anything else? Pile one. Okay, three there, but I'll take them. Okie pokey. Just get this deck into some kind of order. Right, so what do we have? We have, so the first one that came out was stop sleeping so damn much. Wake up, you're missing some cool shit. Now, this is, I get two messages with this. One, I think, again, trigger, I apologise if it is, it's not intended. Maybe some of you suffer with depression. I know myself, when I'm not in the best place mentally, I do tend to sleep a lot, and it is a classic symptom of depression, where I think, again, it's this burnout energy where you've burnt yourself out from all of this and what else might be going on in your life. And it's also a way of avoiding the world because you just sleep the day away. Yeah, and I think it's also, this is also a message of saying that this person or persons are good for you. You're missing out on some cool shit if you don't take them up on their offer. So I'm going to put that one there. So the next one that came out was this one. Get the fuck outside, move your ass. Your body is pissed at you. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? It's similar to this kind of energy. So I'm going to put that one there. Then we also had get the fuck out of your head. Get in your heart, it misses you. So again, this Emperor energy, it's exactly it. You need to get out of your head, which is the Emperor, and move more into your heart, which is the King of Cups. And you got you are loved. You are here for a reason, don't fuck it up. So again, it's, for me, it's like this Six of Pentacles energy that, and the Three of Cups. You know, you have got people that love you and care about you. You need to trust them. And you're giving away your power. You're a badass at like it. And that, again, is exactly true. That, you know, that's what happens when we get into these energies. We are giving it away to the dickheads and arseholes that fucked us over or whatever. And do you think those bastards deserve any of your time or energy? I don't think so. So you need to claim that shit back. Yeah, love that. So we're going to finish off with a couple of messages here from this little affirmation thing, and I'm also going to pull a charm from my more positive type of charms. So, what would you like to say to pile one? Oh no, I forgot to get the messages as well, haven't I? Okay, so quite a few already came on here. So you got, I give myself permission to take personal time, which I feel needs to go here on this Ten of Wands. You got, I trust my inner wisdom to guide me through my day. I feel that should go here. You got, to be happy, I must not be too concerned with others. And I am a positive influence and I surround myself with others like me. So this is split into two. So we'll start off with your higher self and then from your spirit guides. Anything higher self. Okay. So you've got November, December, which is now, which is awesome. So some of you may have a birthday or a important event or something coming up during this month or next month. or whenever it is that you are seeing this video. That could just be confirmation, like I say, about birthdays or something, or this person's birthday or birth might be then, but yeah. Take as it comes, my dears. Take what resonates, leave the rest for someone else. This one will come out. So you've got pay attention to your dreams. So that, to me, that's your spirit guides are trying to communicate with you through your dreams. And I wanted to say as well that if you are having maybe a lot of nightmares or not so positive dreams, particularly maybe reliving this scenario or the scenarios where people are being assholes or fucking you over or whatever, the reason why that's happening is because you need to overcome it in the dream. So I don't know whether I have any of you guys are fellow lucid dreamers. If you are, it'll make your life a lot easier to do that, because if you're not, then it's quite difficult. But if you kind of go to sleep with the intention of, I'm a badass, I ain't tolerating no shit, blah blah blah, then generally you will have that in the dream. Yeah, I'm not going to go into it too much because that's not what we're here for. But anything else pile one's higher self would like to say? No, perfect. And guides. Pile one. What would you like to say to pile one? Don't want to say anything, which is a bit rude. So it goes pile one. What would you like to say? Pile one, please. So, okay, so you got the yes, which this is a card that I made that's like a double one. So one side is yes, one side is no. It flips around. So for you guys, it came out as yes. So if there's something specific that you've been thinking about that you wanted a yes or a no for, or that maybe came about or you've been thinking whilst watching this reading, the answer is yes. Okay. Oh, cute. So you've got this. I don't know where to put the. No, I'm just going to put it over here. You've got this. Anything else you would like to say to pile one? There's one more one's come up and it just didn't quite make it. Is it coming out? It's not coming out. No, it's not coming out. Okay, that's fine. And lastly but not leastly, we will get a nice cute little chart. Okay, oh, you actually got two. So you got the infinity sign, or it could be a number 8, but it's the infinity sign, which comes out as like your potential is infinite. So yeah, and then you also got this leaf, which always reminds me of Lord of the Rings, because you know how they all had that little leaf. I need to look up what it's called, as their like little brooch, the little symbol of their group, that I can't remember what it was called either. So yeah, if that resonates, take it. If not, then don't worry about it. But it makes me think, because of that, like, you know, you have got a team of people that are going to help you, that do care, that are there for you. You need to be more receptive to that. They're not bad people. And I know it's hard to trust because the last people or person that you did fucked you over. But trust. So yeah. So pile numero uno, that is all I have for y'all. I hope that was helpful. I genuinely wish you all the best with this. Obviously, take what resonates, leave the rest to somebody else. And obviously, it's entirely, you have free will, it's entirely up to you what you do. But yeah, and as always, wishing you guys much love and much peace. Hello, group 2. Sorry, I had an itch. Right. So just in case you didn't watch all of the introduction, because I know it went on for ages, just a very, very quick kind of like trigger warning, because obviously I don't know what's going to come up. But as you guys know, I will tell the truth, and whatever I hear or see or get told comes through, whatever you want to call it, is what I will say. So yeah, so it's just a quick trigger warning. Obviously I'm not here to upset anybody or to trigger anything negative. We're here to help and heal on Feline Tarot. But as I read in the deck that this card's from, which is the Guardian of the Night Tarot. I can't remember the exact wording, but it was basically along the lines of in the dark we can see how bright we shine, which is why I've done this reading today, because I felt like it's all nice, you know, looking at nicey things, but at the same time we've got to be balanced, and not, you know, it's not, life isn't all sunshine and rainbows, is it? And in order for us to help shine ourselves brighter, we need to see maybe some of the parts of ourselves that we don't like so much, or aren't even necessarily aware of that they're there, but they're obviously having an impact. Anyway, I digress. Let's get into it. So you guys have chosen the 5 of Pentacles. Now, this card traditionally is about basically being left out in the cold. However, in this particular card, as you can see, it's slightly different. So we've got some chrysalisks. Was it chrysalisks? Chrysalists. I'm not sure. Let me know. Up here. And then you've got one little caterpillar here who... Yeah, and then you've got 2 little mice. I don't know whether you can see it or not. It's like they're hiding obviously from the owl, because the owl's obviously going to eat them, basically. So there's a lot of fear with this particular 5 of Pentacles. It's not for me, it isn't about so much necessarily being left out in the cold. It's more fear. And for you guys, I feel like this is kind of like a representation of your fear and how it is dominating your life right now. But with the Pentacles being up here on the chrysalists, it's like the potential is there. You've got it. You've just got to nurture it and give it time. But we'll see what the rest of the cards say. Yeah. So your crystal is the rhodonite crystal. And I have started finally creating my own like crystal log, because if you've ever watched any of my videos before, you know that I tend to go into a bit about the crystals, because to me they're really important, and there is a reason why they came out with each reading, because I don't just pick them at random. Well, I kind of do, but I kind of don't, if that makes sense, you know. But yeah, anyway, so rhodonite, known as the stone of compassion, and it also, and emotional balance. It helps to clear emotional wounds, stimulates and activates the heart / heart chakra, and promotes self-love. And as mentioned, it's linked to the heart chakra, healing, love, and happiness. So, I'm not sure what this is about. We will see. With the charm that's come out for you guys, this particular skull, it makes me think of kind of like a mask, like armor. So I don't know whether it's maybe that you are wearing a mask, putting on a mask, to kind of like protect yourself, or whether other people there's something that you're not seeing, or I'm not really sure. In the last group it was a bit more clear, but for you guys not so much, but we'll see as we go. So next we're going to pull one of these. So I haven't finished this either. I'm in the process of making my own oracle deck, and it's specific to do with shadows, our shadows. And I'm a massive horror fan, which is why we've got kind of like fake blood spatter on the back that I've put on it. This is just nail varnish, nothing fancy. And also, please don't come for me on my shit drawings, okay? And what I've done is I've gone for the kind of like classic, well-known horror movie characters. Also because, you know, I love horror. Horror is awesome. Anyway, so let's see what comes up for you guys. So because these are so tiny, unless one falls out, I'm just picking from the top. Let's do one more. You want to come out. Okay, so let's see what you got. You got Mummy with Isolation. Which, this is actually one of the shittest ones I've drawn, not gonna lie. So when this particular one with Isolation, it's basically about how you're... you know what's weird? It's how this is kind of linking into almost like group one. So if you're also drawn to group one, you might want to watch that. But anyway, it's kind of like how you're isolating yourself. It's very much kind of hermit energy with the Mummy. It's old wounds. That's also why I chose the Mummy for this, because obviously Mummy is fucking ancient. It's old wounds. So it might be something that you're not at. And sorry, I've just been pulled into this. I know they're not quite the same, but they are and they're not. I mean, like even down to the details of the little nose, which is interesting. I'm not sure why or what that is, but you might find out. But yeah, it's like old wounds. Some kind of old wound that's what's affecting you, blocking you, or whatever it is. Yeah, and again, some of you might be aware of what it is, some of you might not. We'll see as we go. So yeah. So we're using the Zombie Tarot. This is the first time I've ever used this deck, and I'm absolutely loving it. I'm just resonating with it straight away. The cards are just jumping out as well. They're just flying. Even when I'm just like shuffling to, you know, before I do the readings, they're just flying. So love this deck. Right, so let's see what we get. She says this and then no cards are going to come out. For group 2, what is this shadow aspect that's affecting them? Thank you. What is this shadow aspect? What is this shadow aspect that's affecting them? Group 2. Yeah, I can't do it that way either. What is it? Thank you. Another one. Which one run over? I get 2 more cards. Let's get 2. What is this? There we go, thank you. Ignore the mess. So we got Temperance and oh crap, where did it go? There it is. Oh, 2 of Swords. So So 2 of Wands was the first card that came out for you guys, followed by the Page of Swords, the Lovers, Temperance, and the 2 of Swords. And oh, I did want to take part 1. Forgot to check your back of the deck energy. And your back of the deck energy here is the 5 of Wands. Which is got 5-5. Interesting. Let me just double check you can see all that. You can. Perfect. Right. So let's see what What am I getting here? Okay, so the 2 of Wands, for me, it's kind of like, it's similar in the sense of the 2 of Pentacles, in that it's kind of like you have a choice. Sometimes like you have 2 choices. And in this particular one, it's like the zombie here has a choice. Who do I eat next? This guy or this guy? But that's not what the message I'm getting here with this card. What I'm getting here with this card is, it's kind of like, it doesn't matter what direction I go in, I'm damned if I do or damned if I don't. And this 5 of Wands is pulling in here with this as well. Where it's kind of like, this is it. It's almost like your head and your heart is fighting over your energy, your time, and you're just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and it's tearing you apart. And so, if any of you ever watched, I can't remember the guy's name, but The Room, it's a very cool classic film. Just I thought, it's tearing me apart. Anyway, yeah. I think perhaps what this, as I mentioned, I think this is an old wound. I think maybe it's recently resurfaced. Something has recently triggered it. Maybe it's something you thought you dealt with before, but then it's come back, because that's happened to me multiple times. Or it's kind of like maybe you find yourself in the same kind of situation as you were then, and it's kind of like, for fuck's sake. But we're going to look into it more, so we're going to try and work that one out. Then we've got the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords generally is about, it's kind of, for me, it's like an offering of like communication. And obviously we've got this little boy here who you can see the shadow of the zombie. And so he's like, all right, I'm going to try it and attack it, but I'm a bit scared, I'm a bit unsure. It's very unsure energy I'm getting with this card. But what I'm very drawn to is the butterflies here. And butterflies are a massive symbol of transformation. So with this card, what I'm getting is that it's kind of like your spirit guides are saying, you have got this. You need to stop second guessing yourself. You need to make your choice. You know what you need to do. And again, not wanting to trigger anyone, but I'm drawn to this drawing here. You've got the what I assume is this little boy here, and what I'm assuming is probably his mother. So maybe some of you might come from a single parent family, like a lot of us. So perhaps that's partly what this is. Maybe this is something to do, and I know we've got the word mummy, and we're talking about an actual mummy, not your mummy, or mommy, if you're one of my friends from across the pond. But perhaps this is something to do with family. It doesn't have to be mum, it could be dad, it could be uncle, auntie, granddad, grandma, brother, sister, whatever. But I think this might be something to do with your family. Maybe So I'm getting a few different things, and I don't want to say anything just in case I'm wrong. So I'm going to keep my mouth shut for now and see how the rest of this goes, and then we'll go from there. So we've got the Lovers. So the Lovers is all, again, it's all about choice. Obviously, if we were doing a romantic reading, it'd be quite, it's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? Let's be honest. But what I'm getting with this card, it's because if you notice how she is holding his heart, But he isn't holding her heart. He's holding like a perfume bottle or a potion or something. I think it's perfume. I suppose maybe because she's a bit smelly, because she's a zombie, you know, she's a rotting corpse at the end of the day, but hey, each to their own. But yeah, I feel like it's kind of, yeah, I'm getting this real strong vibe of like this person, or again, I'm very drawn to the mother situation, so I'm sorry if I'm wrong there. Or it could be a partner, an ex-partner or something. But this particular person, or it could be a situation, it or they has your heart. And I'm getting a very strong vibe of letting go. So if you notice how she's really embracing him, and it's kind of, this almost makes me feel like a goodbye kiss. It reminds me, I don't know why, of, you know, in Titanic, where they have like the little last goodbye kiss. Yeah, we'll have to see what else comes out. This is a very interesting energy part too, I'm not gonna lie. Then we've got Temperance. So Temperance for me is about communication. It's a lot to do with balance. As you can see, you've got what I believe is a red blood cell, and then you've probably got is a white blood cell here. So it's kind of like opposites. But it's about balance, about communication. Give and takes is sorry, it's a phrase that's coming through here. It's about this person. I'm convinced it's a person, so I'm going with that. You made something together, so you know what, this could be maybe you've split up with your partner, and it's something to do with the child. Maybe you guys are having a custody battle or something, I don't know. She's got the 5 of Wands, which is about conflict. You got the Mummy. Yeah, I'm definitely going to take clarification. I love how at the beginning of this reading I was like, I love this deck, I really resonate with it, blah blah blah. And then I'm like, anyway. And then you got the 2 of Swords, which again is about choice, but with the 2 of Swords, it's about, you're not seeing that you have options. But in this particular 2 of Swords, what's interesting is you can see he's swung the chainsaw and chopped off this zombie's head, and he probably thinks he's got this one, but he hasn't. But I'm very drawn to how this zombie's hands are bound. So I feel like there's something or someone, some situation that you are bound to. It's been going on for a long time, or has, yeah, and it's kind of like maybe you thought it was dealt with, it was done, it was over, but it's not. It's like you're bound to, I want to say contractually, is that the right word? Bound for some of you. I don't know why that came through. It's very interesting. I'm very intrigued to see what clarification cards we get here. So going to go, guys, can I get a clarification card please for this 2 of Wands for pile 2? Can I get a clarification card for the 2 of Wands? Thank you. So you got the Hermit. Can I get a clarification card for the Page of Swords? I can see, yeah, I understand what that is now. You got the Chariot. Nice. Can I get a clarification card for the Lovers? Magician. You also got this was poking out as well, so I'm going to take them both. Oh no, I messed up the spread. Lovely. Yeah, and now I just need a clarification card for temperance. Thank you. There it is. Give me 2 again. That's nice. Thanks. How much space do I have? Oh, I've got loads more space than I thought I did. Good. So, temperance, yeah, sorry, so you got the 7 of Cups and the King of Pentacles, and connect clarification card for this 2 of Swords. Thank you. You got the 6 of Pentacles, which is came out in group 1's reading as well, but totally different. Right. So yeah, this Hermit. With the Hermit clarifying this 2 of Wands, as I mentioned at the beginning, I feel like this for some of you was like a situation maybe that you thought was dealt with, it was done. Like with this Hermit, it's kind of like dormant, little old man, it's done. But also makes me think about how old this is, how this has been going on for a long time. I know for everyone, a long time is a different manner. It depends what it is, you know. For some of you, it could have been weeks, months, years, even days. No. But anyway, I feel with the 5 of Pentacles as well, that with this particular 5 of Pentacles, it's like you felt very much alone, maybe in this situation, that you have retreated and tried to reflect on the situation, but perhaps you've not taken the action, because I'm noticing how we don't have any wands here, and wands are generally our action cards, but we do, I'm sure we have the Chariot. Oh, there it is. Maybe we did somewhere. So it's like a lot of stuff's happening, you know, physically, mentally, emotionally, but nothing's actually happening physically. I want to get another card for this 2 of Wands. Tell me to use. Okay, yeah. So they want me to use ones altogether again. Thank you, please. Can I get another card for this? This 2 of Wands, please, Spirit. I get one more card, clarification card for this 2 of Wands. Or not, no. You're in time. Clarification card, 2 of Wands. Why is 2 of Wands here, Spirit? Ten of Cups. Interesting. But yeah, that does go with what I was saying, so I'm just picking these up. So yeah, because the 10 of Cups is all about like happily ever after, all rainbows and kittens and blah blah blah. And I think that's how maybe it was, or you thought it was going to be by this stage, but it's not. I think that's what it is. And like, you know, in this card, you can see that the arrows have got all of this. It's like his head spinning. It's like this is really spin your head. It's like took you for a loop. Is that the phrase? Yeah. You thought whatever this is was done and dealt with. Old news, been, gone, bye-bye. But it's not, unfortunately. I've just realised I've not pulled the back again. And on the back of the deck, sorry, for the clarification cards, we have the Four of Cups. I'm not sure about that one yet, but we'll see how the rest of this goes. Yeah. I think maybe it's you're doubting the choice you made. We'll see what else we get here. So you got the Chariot clarifying the Page of Wands, as mentioned earlier. The Chariot is all about movement, moving forward. And again, I feel like this is encouraging you to move forward. Swords are generally kind of like communication, thoughts as well, and things like that. In this situation, I feel it's communication. So I feel there's something you need to say to somebody, and Spirit is saying that you can do it, you can do this. So I was just double checking about the road and night. Yeah, you can do this. You've just got to be brave. Now, with the Five of Cups and the Magician clarifying the Lovers, which is interesting. So the Five of Cups is all about, to me again, it's about focusing so much on our loss. So usually you have a person with, I think it's 3 spilt over cups, and then they've got their back to the 2 that haven't been knocked over, that aren't spilt. They're focusing too much on the negative, and that's similar to what's happening here in this card. So the woman's like, oh, my cups are gone, they're falling over. But again, if you notice, she's got 2 that haven't, and this one hasn't even come off the table. It's good, it's fine. You still got your wine, don't cry about it. I don't know why I said that. But yeah, it's kind of like you maybe lost something or someone in this, and yes, that is true, you lost the majority or what have you, but you still have something. It's not all gone. And that's with this Four of Cups here. This guy, he's looking at his cups here, but he's not seeing the one that's being offered. Now the Magician, so the Magician can be about, it's often about manifestation in a lot of cases, but it can also be about someone who is deceptive. And I can't help but feel, or someone who's like manipulative. And with this particular Magician, I'm always drawn to the fact, because normally with the Magician card, traditionally, you will see all of the elements, if you will. You know, you've got the swords, the pentacle, and the wand, but there's not a cup here. There's no cup. So it makes me feel like somebody maybe just didn't take your feelings, your emotions into consideration when they stole your heart or broke your heart or upset you. Because like I said, in this case, you can see she's got his heart, but he hasn't got hers. So it's kind of like the situation or relationship, whatever, but whether it was romantic, platonic, whatever, it wasn't balanced. And we've got the Seven of Cups and the King of Pentacles with clarifying temperance. Now, that it doesn't surprising really to see the King of Pentacles here. In fact, I would have more expected probably to have seen the Knight. But so the King of Pentacles it's a very slow energy. As I said, I feel whatever this is has been going on for a long time, so it makes perfect sense. The King of Pentacles is someone who is very grounded, someone who, it's not serious, but they're not the life and soul of the party, let's say. I'm just trying to think with it clarifying with temperance. Perhaps this is the type of yeah. So this is a similar energy to the person, because obviously with tarot, gender is irrelevant. I know it's a king, but it could easily be representing a woman, or whatever gender people are identify themselves as. Yeah, I think perhaps the person, again, I'm just with the balance thing I mentioned, how this is very about balance. But it's not really, if you look at it, if you think about it, because yes, because she's upside down. So if the blood's dripping, it's coming down. His is coming down. So it's not balanced. I feel that the person that we're looking at here, or the situation, but like I said, I'm convinced it's a person, so I'm going to continue to say person. Substitute it with whatever is your situation. Someone very hard to read is what I'm going to get with that. Perhaps it was someone who wanted more, I want to say the word commitment. Again, we don't have to be talking about a relationship. We could be talking about commitment to the job, commitment to attending a family event or whatever. But it was the person, and it's not that you did your best, you did the most you could, but it wasn't good enough. Or they're bringing it up again, is what I'm getting. And with the Seven of Cups, which is all about choices, it's kind of like so I'm not sure whether this is a current energy or a past energy. I'm going to get a clock. Damn you, power too. Can I get a clarification card here whether this is a present or past energy with temperance here? Is this a present or past energy, please, Spirit? It's present or past energy. Okay, thank you. So we got the 10 of Wands. So that is telling me it's present energy, but also past energy, if that makes sense. So it's kind of like it's like history's been repeating itself. And like I said, you thought this was all done and dusted, but it's come up again. Like I said, perhaps this person has mentioned something again, or have done the same thing, or you found yourself in a similar situation. 10 of Wands is all about basically being overwhelmed. As you can see, this guy's trying to carry all these bones, but it ain't happening. They're going all over the place because it's too much. And that's when the isolation comes in. I think maybe you guys are the type of people that when you become overwhelmed with things, you tend to retreat, you tend to go into hermit mode. You isolate yourself. Yeah. I want to keep it out, but then I want to... I know it should be going over there, but I don't want it there, I want it here. And it's my reading, so I'll put the cards where I fucking want. Yeah, anyway, so back to the Seven of Cups. So yeah, it's about the choice. That's why, yes. Thank you, now it's come through now. So what it is the situation has kind of repeated itself, either exactly the situation or a similar one. And it's a matter, and it's not that it's a test, but when we are like leveling up spiritually, emotionally, vibrationally, the universe kind of throws the same kind of shit at us, or what seems to be, and we are supposed to obviously deal with it in a different manner, in a different way. And that's why this Seven of Cups is here, because it's your choice, obviously. And I think perhaps you're seeing a lot of different options, ways of tackling this. And I think what they're trying to say is, if you become overwhelmed, do not go into this isolation mode. Don't do that. Because although you feel like you're alone, you're not. You've got this. You've got this, boo. And like I say, I can't help but keep feeling that communication is key. With the Seven of... sorry, I've already gone through the Seven of Swords. With the Six of Pentacles clarifying the Two of Swords. And it's not even the Seven of Swords. Why did I say that? Interesting. Again, what's interesting about this one is that this particular Six of Pentacles always makes me think of balance, because you have the scales here and I get Libra energy. Just for those of you that want to know. It's about balance. And I think what they're trying to say with it clarifying this Two of Swords, like I said, it's like you think it's done, it's dealt with, but it's not, and you're feeling bound. But what they're saying is that there is help, there is support. I don't know why, but addiction issues has just come through. So tell you what resonates. Maybe that's some people's coping mechanisms. We've got a needle here. No, I'm saying people, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is definitely an old energy. This is an old wound, 100%, without a shadow of a doubt. And I think perhaps it was something that you did not deal with at the time, or you thought you had, but you didn't. I can't pinpoint in much detail what said wound is, because there's so many different things that are coming through. This is a general reading, so obviously that's probably why. But what I'm seeing here is, what Spirit is saying is, don't isolate, don't run away from the situation, don't hide from the situation. Because if you see, like with this Five of Pentacles, yes, they're hiding because obviously this owl is going to eat them. Facts. However, they've got backup. They've got backup on the way. And that's what they're trying to tell you, is that you don't have to do it alone. Yeah. That's what I'm getting. Power 2. That is what I'm getting. And I think that's where this Rhodonite comes in, because the Rhodonite, it's very much to do, like I say, with healing. I think it does specify, I don't think it does specify, it does specify old wounds on this. Helps to clear emotional wounds. So yeah. And self-love, it's about, and I don't think that's what the issue is here so much. I don't think it's that you don't love yourself or look after yourself or anything like that. I'm not seeing that. But what I am seeing is that maybe you are, when you, like I say, when I feel like for a lot of you, it's a case of when you get overwhelmed, you retreat. And what Spirit is saying is that if you want to clear this wound, if you want to heal this wound, you need to face it. Otherwise, like this bastard mummy over here, it's just going to keep fucking coming back. Because it's something that you are supposed to do. Obviously, doing that is going to open up doors and options and things for other things. And maybe make you realise that you are capable of dealing with more than what you thought. It's just about how you tackle it. I think with the 7 of Cups, I'm getting like, if there is a lot, then do it one by one, do it bit by bit. You know, do the first one, you know, do the easiest, the quickest win first, you know, and build up the momentum that way. But yeah, a lot of isolation in this. I'm just noticing it now, really, how you got the Hermit, you've got this 5 of Cups with the Page of Swords, this 10 of Wands, this 4 of Cups. I just feel like it's very isolating. Interesting. But yeah, that is all I have for you guys now, I promise. Right, so now you're going to get some messages from your spirit team regarding the situation, advice, or in general what they'd like to say to you about this situation. And we are using Rebel Deck. So as you all know, if you've ever watched any of my readings before when I've used Rebel Deck, which I haven't used it for a while to be fair, some of them is very blunt. Let's just say that. So Guardian Spirit Guides of pile 2. What would you like to say, pile 2? There's one. Wow, that's weird. That one came out in the last one. But it makes sense from what... Yeah, anyway. Oh, there's another one. Yeah. Well, that's a part 2. Thank you. Okay. So again, this one came out on pile 1. Again, I'm just going to repeat it. If you were drawn to pile 1 or thinking about it or whatever, you may want to watch it, but you don't have to, obviously. So you got stop sleeping so damn much. Wake up, you are missing some cool shit. Now this is definitely in relation to the isolation that we've been talking about here. You need to stop it. Maybe you have been sleeping a lot. Maybe, again, like I mentioned, pile 1, some of you might suffer with maybe depression. And I know when mine plays up a lot of the time, and you've got 5 cups here, she does actually sleeping, to be fair. I oversleep, or I sleep a lot. I'll have a lot of naps and things like that. And it's all to do with the fact that I think because you're tired emotionally and mentally, but it's also because you just don't want to deal with life. You don't want to deal with this 10 of Wands. You feel like you can't deal with it. So it's like, right, I'm going to sleep, so then the day goes, you know what I mean? I'll deal with it tomorrow. It's kind of like that. But yeah, they're saying, stop it. Stab it. I'm going to put that over this one just because she looks like that's what she's doing. So what else did you get? You got, don't believe every shitty thought you have. Thoughts can be sneaky, lying bastards. And that is so, so true. This is something I suffer with myself, as I think a lot of people do, especially my fellow overthinkers. Something that I try and do, which does help a lot of the time, but yeah, I won't get into my stuff, it's not about me, is trying to think, is this thought me? As in, it's just come out of nowhere. You know, you were thinking, oh, I don't know, for example, you went on a date and it went really well and it was all great. And you're like, la, 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 la. And then the thought just randomly pops into your head going, but was it that great? Oh, took them a while to kiss you, didn't it? They didn't ask you a lot of questions. They didn't do this. Well, when you didn't do that, you should have done that. Blah, blah. You know what I mean? Just like shit like that. No. Trust your intuition, guys. When these thoughts, just be like, okay, thank you. I accept my subconscious or ego, wherever it comes from. I'm not sure. I appreciate you trying to protect me and have me be aware of these things, but no. You got to take a shot. Don't take 12. Take 1. Okay, maybe 2. Move on. So again, it's what we were saying, you need, well, you don't need to, it's up to you, you have free will. But if you want to move forward in this situation, if you want to heal this wound and stop it affecting you, you've got to face it, babes. You got to face it, boo. And you can, you got this, you got this. And then randomly you got here, eat your fucking vegetables. Eat some shit made by Mother Nature. Which is, was it this one? Oh no, it wasn't. What was interesting again in pile 1, sorry, I keep going about pile 1. The crystal they had was the Dalmatian crystal, which specifically says is linked to Mother Earth, not Mother Nature, but same difference. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, that could just be a specific message for some of you that maybe you're like me and probably don't eat enough veg or fruit or veg, but there you go. So we are now going to get some love messages, because you know this has all been some heavy shit, so we want to get some nice positive things. We want to end on a positive note. So going to Spirit Guides part 2, what would you like to say to them? Oops. Oh dear, some terrible shuffling there. Going to Spirit Guides part 2, what would you like to say to part 2? Okay, thank you. That just flew out a bit. So you got balance is key. Did we or did we not talk about balance? Thank you, please. I will mix self-care with effort. Sorry, I got one of my hairs stuck in there. But yeah, self-care, that came up. I mentioned it earlier with the Rhodonite. That's what it's like, love and self-love and all that. But I don't think that is what an issue you guys are having at the minute. I don't feel that is, but then again, the mixed with the vegetables. But yeah, balance is key. Anyway, next you got, my day is full of potential. Well, depending on when you're watching this, obviously the day might be over, might be into the night. But tomorrow is full of potential. But yeah, it's just reminding you that you don't know what is gonna the day is going to bring. You kind of make, yes, we have divine intervention and blah blah blah, and there are some things out of our control, aka for the majority of us, you know, we have to go to work and pay the bills and all the boring bollocks that you have to do. But it's not like that's 24 hours, which is maybe another reason why the stop sleeping so much came up. Where is it? I don't know. Oh, there it is. You know, so if there is something maybe that you want to do, maybe you want to start, I don't know, drawing or reading or gaming or searching something, whatever it is, do it in your free time. Give yourself some more time to do that, because that shit is important. You got, I have all the power I need to create the success I desire. Yes, bitch. And I will achieve all of my goals. Damn straight. And then we're going to get some messages from your higher self and spirit guides, spirit team. Oh, knocking stuff over, apologies. Oh, that one. It's one of them ones. Right, so Pamela's higher self. What would you, straight away you're in there, nice. So you've got, oh god, you've got quite a few. So you've got believe in yourself, I do. you got February. Oh, and March. Interesting. So, I mean, some of you may have birthdays in February and March, or they might be significant months for you. Obviously take what resonates. This issue could be resolved in February or March, or I don't know, it depends. I say take what resonates. Obviously it might be when you're watching the video, because yeah. But yeah, if it doesn't resonate, leave it for someone else. And then you got, I'm so proud of you. Oh, sweet. And then from your spirit guides, your spirit team, what would they like to say to you? Two. You can't say all of that, thank you, please. Like to say to Pardue. Okay, so the first thing I need to point out is this card, it keeps coming up, so I've got to take it. So this is a double sided card that I have, so it says no on one side, yes on the other. Part one, it came out as yes. For you guys, it's come out as no. So there might be a specific question or something that you've been thinking about, or I don't know. Obviously, take what resonates. If you know what that is about, then awesome. If you don't worry about it. But they're saying no. So, and for some of you, again, trigger warning. I'm very, very sorry, but I've got to say it because it's what's coming through and it's very important. I'm really awkward about saying it. Okay, so some of you may be thinking about hurting yourselves, shall we say? Don't. Please, please, for the love of God, do not do that. Please don't do that. No, don't do it. Seek some help. Speak to somebody. Honestly, in fact, I know for a fact every single person that has hurt themselves, maybe to the point that they took themselves out of this world, if you could speak to them, they would tell you they regret it, because it was only in doing that that they realise and see how much they were loved, how the situation wasn't that bad, how they could get support. Yes, it's not always easy, but it's never that bad. Never that bad. And I could say for some of you that it came through that was what that was for. So, but yeah, sorry. I just had to say it. I couldn't not say it. But yeah. Part two. What would you like to say for part two? Okay, you've got this. Let's say part two. Just get one more message. Thank you. Okay, so we go. Oh, so cute. Again, we're so proud of you. Oh, so both your higher self and your spirit team are very proud of you. Love it. And you've got to keep going. You've got this. Damn straight. And finally, we're going to get one of my normal charms. Sorry if that's loud. Yeah. But yeah, I just want to go back to this quickly about how I said it was like armour. In the sense that I feel that speak to people, you don't need to do things on your own, like I said. You don't need to do them on your own. Okay, so you guys, oh, got 3. I thought it was only 2. So you got you got the bananas, which is funny because did we not already talk about eating more fruit and veg, and then you get bananas? Love it. So yeah, I think that's another reminder of that. But I think it's also kind of like, it makes you think about going bananas, in that you need to, in that I'm trying to think, I'm trying to articulate what I'm trying to say and what I'm getting. It's like you're driving yourself bananas, like with this Two of Wands, how you've got the arrows going around. It's like, ah. And bananas can be eaten. We can get rid of those bananas, no problem. So it's not as bad as you think it is what what they're trying to tell you and what I'm getting there. And I just wanted to say as well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you've got 6 bananas here, just in case 6 is a significant number for anyone, I just wanted to say. Then you've got this rose. Look how beautiful that is. Beautiful. Now this makes me feel, one, something to do straight away with some kind of romance, love interest, relationship, 100%. And about it blooming is what I want to say. But again, that might not be what it is. It could be another kind of relationship, but it was definitely about something, a relationship of some sort, platonic, romantic, whatever, blooming. And it's quite big, it's quite significant, because if you look how massive that is. Beautiful. And also, I just got as well, you're beautiful, or handsome, or whatever you like, but you know what I mean. And then you've got this, oh, this love charm. And I think this is just, again, another reminder with the Road Knight about loving yourself. And I know I mentioned earlier that I wasn't getting that, but maybe it's because of the armor that some of you guys have. Maybe energetically you've got it up as well, and I'm not picking up on it, especially when that message came out earlier. Yeah, but love, so cute. So pile numero 2, I am going to leave that there. Again, I hope this was helpful. I hope it wasn't too triggering or upset anyone. If it did, I'm so sorry. That is obviously not the intention. The intention is literally the opposite. We want to help, we want to heal. And obviously with all of this, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And obviously you have free will. You don't have to do anything we've talked about here. You do you, boo. You do what you feel. But I just want to say again, sorry to go on about it, but for those of you that message did resonate with, please, 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 please seek help. That's why this video has come for you. That's why this message has come through to you. Don't do it, please. Keep going. You've got this. Believe in yourself. And there you go. I'm just gonna leave that there. But as always, I send you all much love and much peace. Hi there, pile 3. So you guys chose this 7 of Swords card. Let's see a bit more close. So you've got the, what I believe is a panther. And these look like jaguars to me. And then you've got the swords. But we'll look at that in more detail in a moment. Sorry if you can hear my cat. If you ever watched my readings before, that's a common phrase that comes out of my mouth. She always has something to say. Anyway, and you chose the crystal, which is this black tourmaline, which I absolutely love. And it's not just that I love the black tourmaline in general, I just love this specific one, love the shape, the feel, it's great. So I have been doing some, well, I've started cataloguing basically my crystals in my little crystal book. And so your one with black tourmaline is linked to protection, grounding, and the root chakra. It helps to protect and remove negative energy, particularly outside / others' energy. So if you relate with being like maybe an empath or something like that, you might be someone who tends to take on other people's energy. So it helps with that. It helps with anxiety and helps with overthinking and obsessive behaviour. One specific thing though that I have read about black tourmaline is that for it to kind of have effect, you have to have it kind of on you or like really close near you. So I would suggest if those are the kind of things that you suffer with, you might want to get maybe a bracelet with like the chips, or a necklace or a ring or something, or you know, just carry it around in your pocket or something. But yeah, and then your charm is this kind of like skull wreath, and it's got the word love, I don't know if you can see it, on the forehead, and it's surrounded by like stars, which is really interesting. So again, I'm not surprised that Black Tourmaline came out when this was the card that came out, because I don't pick the crystals at random. Well, I do, but it's kind of like let spirit guide. So yeah, as the swords in general are usually linked to our thoughts, or can be communication depending on the rest of the cards really in the reading. But for you guys, I'm definitely feeling it's to do with kind of like your thoughts. And the Seven of Swords is the traditional kind of reading, is to do with deception. As you can see, it's like this panther came in and stole these swords unbeknownst to these guys that were on guard. It's almost like a ninja, or like a stealth person going undercover. So straight away I feel that there is some kind of deception or betrayal that we're looking at here. And with this charm, throwing it around, whoopsie. But having the word love over it, it makes me feel that it may be, I've just realised I've got a bit of ash there, sorry, from my, it's from my sage stick. There you go. Maybe to do with the relationship, which could be a romantic relationship, it could be a friendship, it could be a family member. The fact that it's on the forehead makes me think maybe the third, your third eye, the crown chakra. So it's like, maybe, I think it's like you're trying to remain positive through this situation, and like you're trying to remind yourself, but you're still struggling. And these stars makes me feel like these are like, you're very protected by your like spirit guides, guardian angels, etc. Yeah, but I mean, we'll pull some more cards and see, get a bit more information on what's crack-a-lacking. But yeah, so I'm just going to plop these over now. And also, sorry, I forgot to mention, I should have said this at the very beginning, as you may have skipped forward from the introduction because it was quite long. There is a trigger warning with all of these readings, because obviously we're looking at your shadows, and sometimes might bring up things that maybe you don't want to think about, or things that maybe you hadn't thought about in a long time or didn't realise. Part 2, for example, that there was some heavy stuff that came out there at the end towards that reading. So yeah, I'm just putting that out there because obviously if you're not in a place where you feel you can handle that or want to hear that, that's absolutely fine. No judgment. Maybe come back when you are feeling in a better place. But yeah, because I mean, obviously here we're not here to upset people or anything like that. At Feline Tarot, we're here to help, we're here to heal. But sometimes, you know, we need to have the kind of like light shone on our shadows and things for us to see them and to heal them. And ultimately, I mean, that's how you get rid of a shadow, isn't it? But at the same time, that's also how shadows are created. It's kind of like yeah. And oh yeah, I wanted to mention the phrase from the Guardian of the Night Tarot, which is where this card is from, where it's not, this isn't exactly what it says, but it's along the lines of basically saying, only in the dark can we see how bright we shine, which I thought was quite beautiful and quite correct. So yeah, let's get into it. So I've also in the process of creating my own oracle deck for specifically for like your kind of shadows. It's not finished by any means. It's taken a lot longer than I expected it to, and I've had a lot of things going on in my life, as you know what it's like, life gets in the way. Anyway, I'm a massive horror fan, and I felt like it made sense with it being shadows. I mean, not negative, but yeah, to use that. So all the cards are well-known horror characters, although from my shit drawings you probably wouldn't know which ones they are, but thankfully they got them written on, so you'll be all right. But yeah, don't come for me on my crap drawings, thank you please. So let's see what one comes out for you guys. So because obviously these are so tiny and there's only a few, oh wow, straight. I was gonna say I was gonna pull from the top, but Tabitha fucking came flying out. So we got Tabitha with Lonely. And Tabitha, if you are a horror fan or have watched the films, is from the Ring series. Spoiler alert, she's a little girl, kind of ghost entity thing that kills people who watch this video. She was basically drowned in a well. It's quite sad. But yeah, and with her, I think I've spelled lonely wrong on this. That's interesting. Lonely. Brilliant. Anyway, I get kind of like almost Two of Swords energy, where it's like the woman's blindfolded because obviously she has her hair over her face, so she can't see. So it's like you can't see what's in front of you, and it's similar to this card actually, because I mean you've got the panther here who's right in front of them, but they ain't noticed him or her. And it's like there's a barrier. It's almost like they're in water, and this is on land. Obviously they're not in water because, you know, the land animals, and it's obviously not water, but it's like, or like there's a smoke screen. Again, it making me think of like stealth. But I play a lot of like Call of Duty and things, so that might be where I'm getting that from. But yeah, with Lonely coming up, I think maybe what this happened. Oh, why can't I get my words out? That's quite interesting. I can't speak properly. I can't spell properly today. Normally English is I'm quite good at English, but apparently not at the moment. Anyway, because I mean this panther's on their own. It's like you have to feel like you're working on your own all the time. People maybe don't understand you. Might be something, but I mean we'll find out as we go into the tarot. But yeah, so let's without further ado go into said tarot. So we're using the Zombie Tarot today. Really, this is the first time I've used this deck, and I'm absolutely loving it, not gonna lie. But yeah, so pile 3 about the situation, about the shadow, what's going on, why is it here, what can I do to heal it. There you go, here's your first card. This is also why I'm really liking this deck, because the cards, they just fly out. So I'm really enjoying that. Have another card, please. Pile number 3. Thank you. That's an interesting card. Get another card, please. One card. Number 3. 3 cards, file 3, please. We got Cups, which came out in group 1. This is what I usually pull cards off camera because I am shit at it. Come on. Oh, wow, this one just flipped itself up. Oh, the Sun. Nice. Can I get one more card, please, for pile number 3? One more card, please, for pile number 3. One more card for pile number 3. To come out. It's interesting how the first art came out so quickly, the first 2, and then there it is. Thank you. Where did it go? Ones. Okay, so let's have a look at what you've actually got here. So this is the first one that came out, which is the Hermit, which isn't surprising. And then you had the Knight of Swords, which was then followed by the King of Cups. Oh no, it was the Sun, wasn't it? The Sun and the 4 of Wands. And then the back of the deck, you guys have Queen of Swords. I love this bitch. She's awesome. Love her. Love that energy. Okay. I'm going to be honest, guys. I'm not entirely sure what we're looking at. Hermit straight away makes sense. With the loneliness, the kind of isolation, feeling on your own. Knight of Swords, I feel, is like, with this Knight of Swords, it's kind of like this is you or was you, like you were fighting a battle, but the phrase fighting a losing battle is coming through, which is the case when you're fighting zombies. If you've ever watched any of the zombie horror films, it pretty much is a losing battle because, you know, there's millions of those bastards. And not so many peoples. And the only way to kill them is by destroying the brain or removing the head. Strong blooded quote there if you've ever watched it. Yeah. Which might be why you've isolated yourself, because you feel like no one is on your side, which is possibly why we've got this charm here, because as I mentioned, it's like the stars on this, it's like they're your spirit guides and how they are on your side. They are there to support you and help you. Yeah. Now the King of Cups, as I said, this came out in pile number 1, and what I get with this is it's like, because the King of Cups is very emotional. He tends to wear his heart on his sleeve generally, but this particular one, as you can see, only barely the top of his head is above the surface, so it's like you are running deep with your feelings, but you're not sharing them with people. Maybe you basically just not very open at the moment, is what I'm seeing here. Now the Sun, this is very interesting because the Sun is arguably the most positive card in the deck, so for it to come out in this type of reading is very unusual. But then again, it could be because of how it's depicted, because I mean, obviously I know we have the Sun, but it's more to do with this helicopter, and you got the pilots here, and then so you got all the zombies here, and they're there to like take them out, help out, the support, the backup that's on its way. And that, I think, is maybe the message that is coming through. It's like these are like your thoughts, your negative thoughts and feelings, and this is like the positivity that your guides are trying to give you, or people in the 3D, friends, family, to help you combat them. And then we've got the Four of Wands, which is usually depicted, it's usually like a kind of like a card of celebration, I think it is, or am I thinking, I might be thinking of the Six. Let me double check. Sorry, I use so many different decks. Sometimes I get muddled up. So the Four, yeah, it is that one. Yeah, so which makes sense actually, she's got the birthday cake. As you can see, it's all zombies and all having a little party, apart from this poor dead dude here. And I think there was a person here. So presumably they were having a party and then these fuckers crashed it and now they're having their own little party. But it's generally about a celebration, something positive. So I'm kind of getting that it's like, even when it's like the classic, even when you're in a crowded room, you still feel alone, which is where we're getting this energy from. It's like, even when you're in a positive environment, you're still struggling to be positive, to have fun, because whatever this is weighing on you. And that's where this Queen of Swords comes in, because this is very much the energy I think you are in right now. Again, you can see she's on her own, but she's kicking ass. Like, you know, she's got a bear trap here ready with some bait should any zombies come in. She's got a whatever kind of gun that is. She's got a thing boarded up. She's smiling. She's happy. She's good. It's very defensive. The Queen of Swords is an energy that I generally really like personally. She's a badass bitch. She tolerates no bullshit, and I love that. However, there is obviously the negative aspect where sometimes you need to see it from another perspective, like yes, that person was acting shady, or yes, that person did something that they shouldn't have, or didn't do something that they were supposed to, but you don't necessarily, unless you fully know the reason behind it or their circumstances, you can't necessarily be like, no, fuck off, you know. And that's something I recently learned. But I won't go into my personal life because y'all don't care. / none of your business. We're not here to talk about me. But yeah, so we're going to get some clarification cards because I think we need a bit more information. So, going into it, guys, can I please get a clarification straight away? We've got here. So, we've got the Page of Wands. Can I get a clarification card here, please, for the Knight of Swords? Clarification card for the Knight of Swords. Almost. Clarification card for the Knight of Swords. Or not, no, you're in time though. Bear with me. They are not wanting to come out again. This is similar to what happened in pile 2. It's like your defense, like, and this is no shade on you guys, it's like your defenses are so strong. It comes through even in your energy and trying to pull card. Feline Spirit guys, can I please? There we go, thank you. So you got Judgment. Can I get a clarification card for this King of Cups? Thank you. Oh no, you can't give me 3. That's ridiculous. 4. No. No. I'll accept 2 max. May I get clarification card for this King of Cups? Okay, fine, we'll give you 2. So we've got the 9 of Swords, which isn't surprising, and the Knight of Pentacles. Right, okay. Can we get clarification card, please, for this Sun? Why is the Sun here? On number 2. Guys, clarification card for the Sun. Please get clarification card for the Sun. The World, which is interesting. And can I please get a clarification card for the 4 of Wands? Okay, so it's you. Then we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, then. Oh, yes. Well, that over there, isn't it? And then your back of the deck energy is the Ace of Cups. So again, I can't help but feel this is something to do with a relationship, because generally that's what the Ace of Cups is all about. And you've got the 5 of Wands as well. And then the 10 of Wands underneath that, Jesus. And then you got the High Priestess. I feel these are important, so I'm going to keep them. I'm not sure how the hell I'm going to fit all these buggers on here, but we'll make it work. Okay, we're back. So I apologise for the shine on these cards. I didn't notice it until just now. Maybe if we move these ring bits, that's just made it even worse, but hey, we'll deal with it. Right, so, and apologies as well again, because I had to pause because my battery's going to die. It's only at 20%, so hopefully we can get through this. So, let's go for it. Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands clarifying the Hermit. Now, as you can see in this particular Hermit card, there's like a zombie apocalypse going on, and this bitch is just like, yeah, whatever, I'm chilling. It's not the same energy as this person, because it's almost like in denial. And she's reading a book, she's got her chocolates, she's chilling. And oh, I'll come back to that in a second. So I'm just drawn by the time on the clock, how it's kind of almost half past 1. So it could be 1:30 in the morning or 1:30 in the evening, not sure which. I assume evening, it looks like it's evening. And it looks like she's got a lamp on, so I'd say it's in the evening. So it's like 1:28, something like that. Sorry, just if that time or those numbers mean anything. Looking at the 28th of January. So we'd be looking at I think Aquarius, I think. But obviously it doesn't have to be. But yeah, and with the Page of Wands, so the Page of Wands, it generally is about action, or at least thinking about action, moving forward. So it's like this is something maybe you've thought about dealing with. It tells me that there is action, but with the Knight of Pentacles, it means it's going to be slow. The Knight of Pentacles is like the slowest moving card in the deck. So yeah, but we'll come to him in a moment. And then with Judgment clarifying the Knight of Swords. So with this Judgment card, it's like a wedding, a celebrate, all's nice and pretty. But it's like I said, it was kind of like you were fighting something. Maybe you were arguing with someone, fighting your point with someone or something or whatever. Which is also what we get with this 5 of Wands energy here. And it was like you felt judged from it, and that your judgment was because maybe you failed. Meaning you maybe didn't have the result that you wanted or expected. And that's part of what's weighing on you. And then we've got the Nine of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. So we'll come to him in a moment. But I want to talk about this Nine of Swords. So this Nine of Swords is very much high anxiety, which again, I'm not surprised to see, especially, oh God, with the black tourmaline. I'm also prawn there. I was gonna I tried to say pulled and then I want to say drawn, so it came out as pawn. Apologies. I had to the hair, because the hair on this girl here is very, very, very long, and Tabitha's hair is very long as well. It's just linking in my opinion, just, yeah. But it's like how at night, I'm sure, as it is often the case, that's when the thoughts, the intrusive thoughts like to come. The anxiety likes to come and be like, meh, 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 meh. But I always, with this particular Nine of Swords, it's, again, it's a shadow, which is what we're dealing with here. It's just a shadow. You can turn the light on, shine as bright as you are. You are the light, and it goes. It's not real. It's all in your head. Which is a phrase I don't like, really, but, and that's what's linking to the King of Cups here. As I said, it's like you're not opening up to people because you're frightened. I think because of you doing it previously and it not happening. But yeah, with this Hermit, I feel there's almost like a bit of denial. Maybe it was something that you didn't want to address. Maybe it's something you didn't realise, this way of thinking or something. Yeah. Now, with the Knight of Pentacles, as I said, that it's like the slowest moving card in the deck. So it makes me feel that you've been in this kind of energy for a fair amount of time. It's quite stagnant, but with the Page of Wands here, it is moving forward. Again, it's a page, not a knight. So we're not moving massively fast, but we are moving quite fast. Yeah, in resolving this. Now with the World clarifying the Sun, this is like big energy. I mean, let's face it, you can't get much bigger than the entire world or the sun. So again, I can't help but feel that maybe for a lot of you, whether you know it or not, are very kind of spiritually gifted. You're very strong people. Again, with this Queen of Swords energy, and with the High Priestess as well. Definitely, I reckon I've got a lot of my my psychics, or I feel that's quite, maybe some of you identify as witches. I don't know why, I just feel that vibe. But yeah, the world, it's kind of like, and with the sun and it being this helicopter, it's kind of like trying to see things from see the bigger picture. As I mean, I think I said something like this earlier, didn't I, about how like it's like when someone lets you down, someone did something or didn't do something, you know, they said, say for example, you were meant to meet your friend for coffee and last minute they were like, oh no, sorry, I can't come because of, and it's like a pathetic reason. It's not like my leg fell off or anything. It's like, I got up late, or I couldn't find a matching pair of shoes, or some, you know what I mean. But looking at it from a higher perspective, it's like that's what they're saying, but that isn't what is actually happening. There's something more beneath the surface. Yeah, and I just want to say something about your higher self. I don't know whether it's that maybe your higher self is has been trying to communicate with you, or you personally tend to get downloads from your higher self. Again, with this High Priestess, yeah. And then with the world, so we have all the fixed signs here in the world. So Leo, Taurus, Aquarius again, and Scorpio. So those signs might be something important. That might be your sign, or you might have, you know, a moon in that sign, rising, or a person or persons that this is about, that you know it's about. But yeah, take it as confirmation if it is. If not, don't worry. Now, with the Wheel of Fortune being here, clarifying the Four of Wands, I feel it's Spirit saying that the Wheel of, and a reminder for you that the Wheel of Fortune is always turning, because, you know, it can't always be shit, but it can't always be happy. And unfortunately, you've been in this, the negative side of the Wheel of Fortune, but it is turning. It is turning. It's just happening slower, but you can speed it up yourself by kind of healing a bit more, opening up a bit more. With this Ace of Cups, as I mentioned earlier, I feel there might potentially be a relationship on the cards, or and you've been like, nah, because I don't know, they let you down last time or something. But I think what Spirit is saying is that you should give them a chance. I'm not saying that this is a person that you will actually end up in a relationship with. Obviously it could be, but they're saying you need to be more open to these things and see things from another perspective. The Wheel of Fortune is turning, and you see in this card we've got like a man and a woman. It's like they're meeting, it's like they're on a little date, which is quite cute. So again, I can't help but feel it's like with the Four of Wands, as I said, it's to do with a celebration. So they're saying it is safe, you can enjoy yourself and have fun. Like in this particular Wheel of Fortune, they obviously have like a fun fair, carnival, whatever you want to call it. It's fun, have fun. And then with the Ten of Wands that we also had here, the Ten of Wands is basically about being overburdened with things. As you can see, you've got the guy here and he's carrying these logs all the way by himself in the middle of the night to this town, and it's a lot. And what Spirit is saying here is that you don't have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. It's a similar vibe for all three piles, to be honest with you, that a lot of you feel you basically don't trust people. And I don't blame you, because people are bastards most of the time, but they're not all bad, I promise. And the thing is, you're not going to find the good ones, the ones that are worthy of your time, of your energy, of your love, if you don't give them a chance. I'm not saying be entirely like the King of Cups and wear your heart on your sleeve, but I'm also saying don't be entirely like the Queen of Swords and be like, nah, fuck off. You kind of need the mix of the two. Be a little bit more in your High Priestess energy is what I'm seeing here. And then we also had the Five of Wands. As I said, that's generally to do with conflict, disagreements, fighting for something, competition. For you, I feel it's representative of the kind of like inner conflict within you regarding this potential relationship, be it romantic, as I said, business relationship, partnership. It could be even a family member that maybe you've had a falling out with or something, and they're reaching out and you're like, But yeah, that's what I'm seeing here for you guys. And the thing is, you want it because you've got lonely here with Tabitha. You do want it. And with the King of Cups, you do want it, but you're just frightened. And Spirit is trying to tell you that they are there to help you. You've got this. You have got the inner strength to overcome this deception that you may have experienced previously. You can't let people's past behaviour impact your entire life. You can't, even when people might be mirroring similar energy, similar behaviours to what other people in the past that fucked you over have done, you can't automatically just be like, nah, they're obviously going to stab me in the back. Oh, nah, they're obviously going to leave me alone. They're all, you know what I mean? You can't have that in mind by all means, because it's important that we do protect ourselves and that we are wary. But at the same time, you've got to open up your heart chakra a little bit more, is what I'm getting. And I just wanted to pick this up because I'm very much drawn for some reason to this. So I just wanted to see if I could see what it says on it. It says, God bless this mobile home. And it's like, God bless the mobile home. It's like a picture of a caravan or a mobile home. I don't know why I was pulled to that, so if that resonates with any of you, take it. If not, don't worry, that might be something very specific for one or two of you. Anywho, before my battery on my phone dies, we're going to quickly get some messages from your spirit guides, advice, etc. from Rebel Deck, which can be pretty brutal, pretty straightforward, but that's sometimes what we need, which is why we're here. So, we're going to spirit guides part 3. What messages, words of advice, guidance would you like to give them regarding healing this situation? They want to come out. Should I just say part 3? Okay. So you guys got you do you. Stop trying to change people. That shit never works. Exactly. At the end of the day, you can only control what you do, what you think, what you feel. And that's what we're trying to say here, is that you can't let other people's influence, their energies, their previous actions, what have you, impact the way you are with everything and other people, because that isn't the way you need it. You're just not going to get anywhere like with being like that, boo. That's when you need to be in your more Queen of Swords energy. You've got get the fuck out of your head. Get in your heart, it misses you. Now this came up I think in part 2, and it's exactly what I've already said, so I'm not going to go over it. You also got fucking apologise. Seriously, just do it. I'm not sure what this may be. Maybe it's to do with this, may to be something else. However, this to me is this Leo energy from the World card here, because Leos are quite prideful. I'm not coming for any of my Leos out there. Love you guys, you are badasses, but sometimes you can cut off your nose to spite your face, basically. So yeah, just saying. Again, that might be when you need to be a bit more into your Queen of Swords energy / King of Cups, but with yourself. And then you've got that project, that person, that idea is waiting. Get after that shit. The world has your back. And this is what we were saying. Procrastinating, putting things off, that's all well and good, but at the same time, then you can't moan about shit not happening. Sorry, I'm quite blunt, just saying. But yeah, so we've gone through all the negative stuff, so let's get a bit of love in your life, a bit more positive. So going into Spirit Guides part 3, what messages, what would you like to tell pile 3? What would you like to tell pile 3? Okay, there's one. Pile 3. Oh, there's another one. If you've ever watched any of my previous videos, I think you guys should be really proud of me, because I don't split this anymore. Granted, it goes everywhere and it's an absolute disaster, but again, I need to like attend some like card shuffling, yeah, card shuffling, card holding classes or something. Because How to do it when you have small hands. Because I have small hands, as I always mention. And I wanted one more, but they've thrown... No, you're not throwing that many at me. This one too. Okay, so there's quite a few here, I'm not going to lie. So we have... Ooh. Right, start over here. So we have... the mind is everything. What you think, you become. So yeah, if you think you're always going to be alone, or you don't deserve love or whatever, and that's what's going to happen. It's, yeah. You've got the tools I need to succeed are in my possession. Exactly what we were saying here, how you have got this. You are a badass bitch. You've got some very strong energy. You are very well protected. Yeah, you got this. You've got, I enjoy being surrounded by others. Now, I think that's something you need to be reminded of, because I think although you do, you, as we've come across and we know, you are someone who also, I want to say retracts, but I don't think that's the right word, but you know what I mean. I mean, I'm not the best person to talk to, because I'm an absolute I am a fucking hermit. I fully admit it. I'm terrible. I can only handle socialising for about once a month, and then that's me done. But hey. My mind, body and soul are fit and strong. And the trick in life is learning how to deal with it. Oh, how is that? That's a bit of a shit one, isn't it? Sorry about that. What does that mean? Oh, and you got this one here as well that I want to read you because it was upright. There is nobody better to get the job done than me. Perfect. But with that, I also want to say, try not to be too much of a lone wolf. Yeah. Anyway. I'm going to get some messages from your higher self and spirit guides / spirit team. I'm just going to quickly check on my phone to make sure we still have battery. We do, but I think it's going to cut off in a minute. The dry, no pressure. Let's have 3. What would you like to tell yourself? Oh, there we go. Oh, I like this. So the first one that came out here is soon. Sorry, I am rushing this a bit now because I'm just very wary of the fact that my phone's going to die. I thought I charged it enough, so I took about a 2-hour gap. But I don't think, I'll be honest, I did a typical thing. I'm sure everyone does it, or maybe not. Where you plug your phone in to be charged and then don't actually turn the plug on. I suppose in that my friends across the pond in the US and in Canada, I think maybe you've got I've told you. So this could be if there's something specific you've been asking spirit about, or your higher self, or what have you. You've had the answer. What was I saying? Yeah, with you guys, I think as soon as you plug an appliance in, you get the power. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. But for us here in the UK, we have to flick a switch as well. But yeah, anyway, different. Anything else that wants to come out? You've got listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. So yeah, I mean, this is what we were saying. You need to open up your heart. Listen to it. Get in your heart, it misses you. See? And then these are messages mixed from your spirit guide, your spirit team. I'm very much feeling I'm going to get a lot of messages here. So, okay, so the first thing that's come out is the yes card. So this is a card that's got yes on one side, no on the other. For you guys, it came out as yes. So if there is a specific thing on your mind that you've been asking about, the answer is yes, which I think you already know because you've already been told soon by your higher self, and I've told you. So I think you need to stop asking the question and stop doubting. Okay, and then, oh, these ones came out as well. We've got Stop Ignoring Us. Now, this is what I said earlier, that I think they've been trying to communicate with you, but maybe you've not been listening or not liking what they've been telling you. You've got Be Patient, which goes quite nicely with soon. And then you've also got Spring. So maybe the spring season is something that's significant to you. Maybe you're watching this in spring, maybe your birthday's in spring, or a specific date is in spring, or event or something with spring. It could also be to do with when this soon is. If you're watching this when I upload it, we are currently at the beginning of November, so spring isn't too far away. It's what, about 3 months? Well, it on this side of the world it is. Don't expect me to understand where the rest of them are. Is. I don't know why I've moved that there. And then last but not leastly, we're going to pull some more of my normal charms. What else we get? So, apologies for the noise. So let's see what we get. Okay, so you guys got this star, or I always think of it as a wand, which makes me always think that, you know, you're magic. And the star didn't come up, but I think I did briefly see the star card. So it's kind of, I just want to say you're a star. I don't know why I said it like that, because you're a star. You're awesome. I love you. And then you got this beautiful colour. I love this. Seashell. And this is taking me back again to this King of Cups energy, where it's like, get more into your emotions. Share. But yeah, so pile numero 30. I hope that was helpful. I hope that wasn't too triggering or upsetting. I hope that whatever this is sorts itself out. And as always, you don't have to do anything that I've said or anything that Spirit has said. You know, you have free will, so, you know, you do you. But yeah, but I wish you the best, and I send, as always, much love and much peace.